nothing else lights up more parts of the brain simultaneously than playing music. And that really just blows my mind to think about it. And then sometimes when I'm working with students, especially if they're struggling with something, I'll bring up this piece of information, and sometimes maybe they'll be working on something that seems kind of simple, and they're like, oh, this seems like such a simple thing, how come I can't do it? And then I'll start articulating for them what all is actually happening inside of their brain. Like, all right, well, you're hearing a sound coming from somewhere else, and that's coming in your ear, and then you're processing something about what that sound is and what that sound means. And then with your right hand, maybe they're a string player, so with your right hand, another part of your brain is telling your wrist and your fingers to move in this way. And then in your left hand, these fingers are moving from one chord to another chord, and then also on top of that, your ears are hearing that happen. And then you're looking at a piece of paper with your eyes, that's sending a signal to another part of your brain about what you're seeing, and then you're thinking about what's going to happen next, and you're hearing what's happening in the moment, and you're combining all these, and then you're listening to what another musician is playing, and then you're trying to connect all these things through time. So when you think about, just the simple aspect of strumming a couple of chords, when you plug in all those variables, and you've got vision, you've got hearing, and you've got feel, and you've got time, and then you've got, how you feel about it, what the music is making you feel, which is a whole other part of your brain. So it gets wildly complicated when you even look at the very simplest, musical tasks. So it usually makes them feel a little bit better, but it also helps them to appreciate, the depth of what's happening when you play music. I don't know. I'm kind of a weird guy. I play a lot of different instruments, and I love to challenge myself to say yes to a parent who has a child who may have some really unusual personality quirk, or maybe has had. I've seen a lot of students come to me who have been refugees from other types of music study and who have been really burnt out working with teachers that they didn't connect with. And so I know that there's something, that I know that I fit a niche. My teaching style may not work for everybody, but it definitely works for the people who come and seek me for what I say that I do. The study of music, when I really try to distill what is at the center of it, it's a study of presence. It's a study of really being in the moment. And I realize that everything that we do in this life can be a meditation of sorts. And my personal experience with music is just such that, at least for me, and I think that in working with the students that I work with, they'd probably find a similar experience, that music has a really special way of calling us into the present. And the study of being present is also the study of ourselves and who we are in each moment. That is really at the core of it. And we bring who we are into the musical space, and the musical space also reveals new things to us about who we are. And then when you then incorporate that study of presence and that study of consciousness, and incorporate other people with that, then you have something even bigger. Then you have a study of community, you have the studies of leadership, negotiating with other people, having differences and ideas and different opinions and making them work. But everything, really leads to harmony, and leads to, the whole being greater than the sum.